Hello and welcome back to Farlands Ranch. My name is Suzette and we are still building this puppy fence. We got into some challenges along with the fence, so that's what this video will be about. Some of the challenges we couldn't avoid, such as I had some appointments this week, Ryan was working a lot this week, and it rained 2 days during the week. But now it's Sunday, it's a gorgeous day, and we're able to get started again on the fence. I'm going to go over some of the challenges from the least challenging to the most challenging that we're still working on, which is why you can see it's not completed. So one of the first challenges we had, it wasn't too big of a deal, but digging down into this hard soil, it's clay, was really challenging. So we would just dig down as much we could, fill the hole with water, wait a couple hours, sometimes wait a couple days, then we're able to dig down 2 feet. And put each of these posts in. We did dig them 2 feet down, as I said. And a lot of people asked if we supported them with cement, but the clay is actually really hard that we won't need to pour cement down to keep them stable. Especially since it rained the last 2 days, I can really shake this post and you can see it's really not moving much at all. The second challenge that we had, again, wasn't too big of a deal, but once we got these 2 posts in, it was a little bit too narrow because of this bolt that's right here. But we caught it before we buried this pole, so we're able to just pick it out of the hole, increase the hole 2 inches my direction. And it worked out really good because the hole was bigger, so we're able to use a 2x4 to really pack down the soil as we were filling it in. So this pole is one of the sturdiest poles that the puppy pen has, which is important since it's going to be the gate. Now we have a really nice working gate that opens both outward and it opens inward as well. Once we had this up, we thought it would be, well, we got really excited, so we put all the T-posts in. And that was something we discovered later when we were watching YouTube videos on it. The T-posts go in last. So we pulled all of those up. It sounds like quite a challenge to pull T-posts out of this hard clay, but Ryan knew exactly what to do. He put a board on the ground right underneath it. We took the post hole diggers and just wedged them out. And it really took no time at all. When we put the T-posts back in, we're going to put them on the outside of the fence. That way, the fence is going to be wrapped around tightly with the wooden bar. It'll come forward to the T-post that will be here and wrap around the other side of the wooden post. The reason for this is we both thought it was a great idea to keep the fence tight when the dog pushes on it. Another video we watched, a man was talking about how his goats like to really rub on the fence and that really pushes the fence out. So he had the same idea, but with the exact opposite conclusion of putting the T-post on the inside of the fence like regular. But whatever, we're gonna keep our idea and we'll keep you posted with how it works. They probably both work just fine. Well, as I said, keeping this fence tight is going to be a challenge, and that is the last challenge we're going to talk about today. It is really hard to tighten a fence. We thought we could do it because it's just a short distance, but those who have put a fence together before are probably laughing right now, understanding what our challenge is. We watched a lot of YouTube videos. They all have really cool tractors and really cool trucks to pull their fence. Since we don't have that kind of equipment, we found some other YouTube stations that showed us how we can tighten a fence without using really big equipment. And that's what we're going to talk about right over here on the ground. What they talked about was making a 2x4 sandwich. So what you do is you take one board, and we drilled 6 holes into the board. We actually had both boards on top of each other to make sure that the hole would be in the correct spot. We put our bolts down into the holes And it worked pretty well, except they wouldn't come out. That's important because we have to tighten each end of the fence. So it was pretty hard to take them out. We had to use a socket wrench or a socket drill to take them out. And then Ryan was able to make the holes bigger, and now it's gonna work just fine. So once we have this made, what we're gonna do is we're gonna stand it up, I guess, feed it through the fence, one part of the fence like a sandwich, put the bolts in it, and tighten it down really hard. And we have 4 ratchet straps. The ratchet straps are gonna go around equal parts of this post. We're gonna tie the ratchet straps up to here and just crank it down and make it super tight. And hopefully that's gonna tighten our fence. If that doesn't work, our second idea is to put a T-post somewhere kind of maybe off in that distance to make more of an anchor so we can really get it to tighten down. But over here, I'll show you some of the tools that we've been using. It's really important to keep in mind that a human being in their life only has 1 million forward flexions in their life before their back can really start to give out and become really painful. So always work with a table, protect your table, use a blanket, and then that way all of your tools can be out and handy without being in the dirt, and you don't have to forward flex so often during the day. So these are the bolts we're using. Of course they have washers on them. We have another washer and a nut, which is how we're going to tighten each of these to the fence. We really hope this works. So definitely keep in tune and watch us, and we'll keep you updated on how it's going. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Bye.